Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Collision Vision, driven by Auto Body News. As always, I'm your host, Cole Strandberg. Something I'm a big believer in, especially in today's business environment, is producing high-quality content for your business. And I find this especially applicable to collision repair centers and their market. There are few other content mediums, if any, better than video. So today, we'll be speaking with Jon Nigbor, President and CEO of WinWin Videos, a video production company with a ton of experience in our industry. Today, we'll talk about why video is so powerful, what kind of content can build trust with your audience, how to go about creating high-quality content, and a lot more. Enjoy the show. Jon Nigbor, thank you for joining us here on the Collision Vision.
Hey, thanks a lot, Cole. So good to be talking to you again. It's always a great pleasure to talk to you.
Oh, man, it's going to be fun. We go way back. We first met many years ago at this point, back when I was a customer of yours and WinWin. But before we get into all that and kind of some specifics there, talk to me generally about kind of what businesses should be using video and why should they be using video?
Yeah, cool. So thanks, man. It's just a blast to work with you. And Kyle, back in the day, worked with your dad and your crew at FilterWorks, Holman Automotive, and Garment. And your business really made a lot of people happy by turning a difficult situation into a good one. You help people restore their vehicles back to original condition after a collision. And I have to say, a collision is probably one of the most stressful times in a person's life. And their vehicle is their first or second most valuable asset. So first of all, hats off to you guys, and thanks again for the invite. So video helps tell a business their story. And in most cases, the video is only a minute or two. So people can quickly see what you're all about, literally. You show and tell who you are. You can tell people you're a Tesla certified shop and show Teslas in your shop. You can tell people you're certified to fix, lane departure warning sensors and show the equipment. You can talk about your environmentally friendly and several $100,000 paint booth and show it in action. So, video is just a great way to invite people into your shop and show it off.
Yeah, absolutely. Well put. I think something that collision operators might think, and I'll throw it out there, video and content in general is not necessarily something that has an immediate ROI. The odds of a potential customer seeing that video right after they've been in a collision or whatever, like that's not really the point. The point is really focused on brand and social proof and all that stuff. But I think those are some great examples of how collision repairs specifically can use that and show some personality, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me specifically for collision repairs. What are some ways that we can think about video and how to make it kind of land with our prospective customer base?
Yeah, no, great point. And so just, of course, a little background. Everybody knows that video is out there. It's important. And just in the last 12 months, video watch time has grown by 270%. YouTube is the second most popular website and really search platform. 70% of viewers have made a purchase from products they discover on YouTube. And, 99.9% of consumers read reviews when they shop online. So for a shop, to our older viewers like me out there, or older listeners, I should say, the internet vaulted us, past the yellow pages, and video brings Hollywood and television into your shop. So, it's great to have, that look into who you are, what you do, and that you've invested a lot into your team, your equipment, your facility. And video just gives you such a great way of showing that off, and people love to watch that kind of stuff. Yeah, you're right. You get it out there and you may not get all the views that you want, but gal, all you need is a couple of people that are new to the area, new to your community, that have unfortunately gotten into an accident, and they're doing, their Google search to see who's the closest. They watch, one or two of your videos, and it's like, boom, these guys are the experts. I can see that they know what they're doing. I got to give them a call and find out what I should do next. So, you may not get the views that you want initially, but you got it. Boy, having that content out there is so valuable. It's just, and people love it. They're eating it up like crazy.
Yep, absolutely. And from my perspective, with any type of marketing, there's kind of two different tranches. There's one that tries to be immediate, right? It's Google AdWords, it's pay per click, it's the stuff that like someone needs something right now. But something that's equally, if not more important, is the longer term brand building, rapport building. From my perspective, we've talked about this offline. I'm so bullish on content as a whole. And content typically takes a while to build, but it allows you to get to know a person or a company and feel comfortable with them and break down a lot of the barriers before they make a decision to transact. And it can go a long way. So talk about kind of some ways to create content that drives the outcome you're looking for. I know something that you're really into is social proof. Talk to us about kind of what we can do to gain that.
Okay, yeah, great questions. And so when you create these videos, you want to post them everywhere. You want to post them on YouTube, your website, your Google business page, Facebook, Instagram, Alignable, LinkedIn. Use it in your email marketing. Have your video on your cell phone. So, if you're on an airplane or if you're at a cocktail party at the Super Bowl, show it off. Show off your video, like you show off your kids, your new car, your new truck build. And it's you can create content, you can create video a couple of different ways. And first of all, you can create it from your cell phone and have some fun. You can literally, just like you'd create a video of what you did last weekend with your family. Keep it real, keep it somewhat unprofessional. I guess the challenge is that if you're part of a car dealership group or competing against car dealers, you may not send the right message. Another way that you could do is you could hire someone in-house who's got some good gear and talent. Ideally they've already got the gear, and that's probably your first qualifier. If they say they can do this for you and they want to do it, they should really have the gear. If they ask you to buy the gear, you should probably look for someone else. They may not be as serious as you would like as they'd like you to think. And if they're making you $100 an hour, how much of that time do you want them to spend creating your video? Ideally, your video is produced when you're busy. You want to have viewers see that you're a bustling and busy environment. And then obviously the third choice is to hire professionals. We can talk more about that in a couple minutes. But does that kind of answer your question a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I think we have some options. I think the deployment piece is critical. We make these great world-class videos or not, if we go kind of the budget route or the DIY route, but you have content now, deploy it, get it out there. And for me, something that I've experienced in different parts of this world is from one video, a lot of great content can be made. And that's multiple videos. I guess you could turn it into different types of videos with the same exact content. You can turn it into the short form clips. You can create short social posts. There's a lot to be done when you create content without a whole lot of additional time on camera, which I think we'll talk a little bit more about shortly. What would you have to say? I think a lot of listeners here are like, oh, video, that's great, but I have no desire or no comfort level in front of the camera. I know that's something you have some experience with, kind of helping some people get there and being natural. What would some advice be to somebody who's considering getting in front of their camera for themselves for the very first time?
Yeah, no, again, a great question. So you don't want to try to memorize a script. You want to just literally pretend as though you're showing your best friend your shop. And if you're working with somebody else, have them ask you questions. Why did you start your business? Why is it that you're doing this? Why is it that you're doing that? And just be yourself. And The other great thing about video content is that you can do multiple takes. So, Kyle, even myself owning a video production company, I'm not very comfortable in front of a camera. So when someone's shooting me, I might, literally stumble on my name, and it's okay to say it a couple times, literally. Then in the final finished video, they're going to take the best response and use that in the final edit. And, speak as though you're just having a conversation with your best friend. Show and tell people, answer questions that you could answer in your sleep, and, keep it real, and really answer questions. How to do this, how to do that. If you have any questions, give us a call. We're always here to help. Try to be an advisor to your constituents out there, to your community. And again, the video is going to show in the background what you're up to. And we really advise people to be standing up instead of seated. You don't want to be behind your desk. That just kind of gives the impression that, gal, this guy is, or gal is not a part of the team, a part of the shop. Be standing up with your team working behind you. And yeah, there's going to be some shop noise behind you. That's okay. You can have the air gun maybe throttle back a little bit or hold off for just a little bit while you're answering a question. But it's good to have a little background noise. It's good to have some hustle and bustles going on behind you and some action. So really be out there. Be in your customer waiting lounge with customers behind you. Be in the front of your store. Be as people walk into your store, your shop. Be in the back, with your guys working on the vehicles. Literally have that in the background, and you're right there working with them. You're a part of the team. You're not just dictating what's going on. You're a part of the team. You're coaching people as much as your team members, as much as your customers. You're involved. You're there. You really care.
Yep, absolutely. So much stuff there I think was really good and insightful. For me, I mean, gosh, any pre-show call I have, I try to tell guests, hey, it's conversational. That's it. There's
Yeah.
nothing formal here. You don't want to have to put on your broadcast voice. You just want to have a conversation with a friend. And I remember your videographers doing the same thing way back in the day with the video you referred to. It's, hey, be comfortable. This is it. Just a conversation. I'm going to ask you questions. You're going to answer them in the most thoughtful way possible. And authentic is good. Perfect is not authentic. So I think that's really, really good. And I want to talk some more about video, but I want to zoom out a little bit. I know you're heavily focused on video. Certainly your company is as well. But from the view and the perspective of a marketer, are there any other content mediums that you're currently high on? And put another way, where else should collision businesses be focused with their marketing effort and dollars?
Yeah, so I'd advise this to pretty much any business, but even more so to collision centers, because again, you're helping with a really stressful moment in a person's life, and they never know when it's going to happen. It's always the wrong time. So community involvement, get involved in the local softball team, blood drive, food drive, toys for Christmas, etc. Get your name out there that you care, right? And then when you get those images, those still images and or video, post that across your, Facebook, Instagram, website, email marketing, that you're involved in the community, and get a hold of the local TV and radio stations. Let them know that you're involved. Try to get some public service announcements. And then if they do mention you on the news, get that clip, put that again on your social media. Let people know that you really are a caring individual, and you are a part of the community. So yeah, just be connected, be a part of the greater good of helping people in your community.
Well, not to be punny, but that feels like a win-win, right? Do some good things, help your community, but also, make sure that people know that you are being helpful. You are a purpose-driven organization. If that's the case, go ahead and spread the word. That's what it's all about. It's not self-promoting per se. It's promoting it. And it's, if
Yep.
you're supporting a good cause, it's something you can feel good about. It's only a great thing. Kind of staying along those lines and remaining zoomed out a little bit. A ton of us have probably listening here had less than great experiences working with different agencies, whether that be uh, advertising in general, different marketing, digital. For companies looking to partner with some sort of content advertising video agency, what should they be looking for?
Well, so the first thing is that video production should yield more than one video. You really want a company that's going to be looking at the production um, as as a um, as a way to peer into your business from a number of different perspectives. And it should be customer to success stories, customer testimonials, recruiting, and overview. When you're on location, you can capture a lot of different content that can, in a sense, be repurposed across these different sub elements, because most videos are only a minute, maybe 2 minutes. So you want to be quick to the point in each of these different sub elements. So you want to find a production company that can help you create these little snippets of information. And you want to again answer questions. Why we started the business. Don't have someone try to teach you a script, get you to go with the script. Answer questions. Why we started the business. Why someone should work here. Why customers love us. And just keep it short, simple, to the point. And your agency should coach you on that, to just keep it real, to answer questions, to keep it simple, to you're helping the community, helping prospective customers know more about what it takes to fix a vehicle. You're a resource, and here's how you can contact us. Here's how we're going to help you. Tell stories, and don't try to memorize a script.
Be authentic. That's it. And I
Yes.
guess along those lines, before we start to kind of begin our wrap up process, you mentioned kind of a standard video length of 1 or 2 minutes. You mentioned don't memorize a script, be authentic. Are there any other kind of key elements that a video should pretty consistently across the board include?
Yeah. So video should start off with what we call an establishing shot, a beauty shot of your facility, right? The outside of your shop. That it's a beautiful shop. There's lots of cars out front, or your people working, your team working, high-fiving each other, handing keys off to a customer. It should open with showing and telling subtly, who you are and what you're all about. And then it should literally get right to the point. It should be short, simple, to the point. Here's who we are. Here's what we do. Here's how we can help you. And then a simple call to action at the end. Give us a call today. If you need anything, a question answered. If you've got a vehicle, we offer free inspections, free estimate. Just give us a call. So quick intro. Here's who we are. Show and tell that. Some content that kind of helps tell the story, and then a close to action. Either apply today, or come and see us today, give us a call today. And that's really it, in a minute, 2 minutes at the most.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. To really put that in the proper frame is important. And you mentioned too a couple different reasons for having video. I've been really throughout our conversation talking about it more from an advertising perspective and a building a following for brand awareness for potential customers. But talk to us real quick before we get into our 3 key takeaways about your standard video offerings at WinWin and what those include and who those targets are.
So yeah, thanks, Cole. So we're working with a lot of suppliers to the industry. So when we go produce a video, we're going to be producing a video for our client, company like Garment, for the shop, recruiting video for the shop as an example, shop customer success story testimonial, nonprofit video that'll be branded for the shop and for, let's say, Garment in this example. And so we're going to be producing, 3 or even 4 videos during one production. And Typically, the way that works, the schedule on that works is in the morning, we're asking questions, and then in the afternoon, we're capturing supporting B-roll. So in other words, we're asking about the shop, and then in the afternoon, we're capturing B-roll showing how the shop really works. So if someone says that they're, painting the vehicle in a beautiful paint booth, we're going to show that paint booth at the end, and so we try to not only have you hear what the story is all about, hear what the shop is all about, but you're also going to see what it's all about. So there's really two parts. There's the showing, and then there's the telling, and the video puts that all together.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great. And it is such a valuable tool in multiple facets of your business, having that video, having that content for obviously marketing for customers, but also marketing for recruiting, get talent, show what it's like behind the scenes, interview a technician within your team of how great it is to work there. And certainly love the inclusion of the nonprofit, the community type things. It's awesome. If you're doing great things, that's awesome. Keep doing it. Keep the pedal down, but don't be afraid to include that in your outreach, in your marketing. But very, very helpful stuff, Jon. Anything we missed before we wrap up fully and get into our 3 takeaways? Anything we didn't discuss that we should?
Yeah, no, that's great. So really, to kind of recap with some takeaways, you really don't want to focus on scripts. Just answer questions, tell stories. But again, when you're showing your shop, you do want to pay attention to detail, like anything. So if you've got one of your guys who you're interviewing for a recruiting video, take the extra moment for them to put on a clean shirt, clean pair of gloves. We know it's a dirty environment, but for the video, put on a clean shirt, put on a clean pair of gloves. And of course, when we're shooting at a shop, you want to make sure that, there's no OSHA violations in the background. If people are supposed to be wearing safety glasses, make sure they're wearing safety glasses, and you don't have a video that's proof that, we don't wear safety glasses. So just think about stuff like that. And, like anything, the more time and money you invest in something, the better the result. So kind of try to plan, even if it's going to be a cell phone video. What are we going to try to get out of this? What are we going to educate the consumer about? That we're open, 7 days a week, and come see us if you have any questions. Just kind of think about that. What's the net? What's the result of this video? And if you do hire somebody, or if you're going to set aside time to do a production, it shouldn't take more than about a day to create a consumer testimonial, recruiting video, overview video, a nonprofit video. And if you're going to look to hire an agency or a company like ours, you shouldn't really be spending more than about 10 grand. And in many instances, your suppliers will pick up the tab on that, a portion of it, or maybe even the whole thing. So I think that's what I would kind of wrap up with. And it's a lot of fun. You should definitely give it a go, and you'll be so excited at the end to see how good it looks, because usually people surprise themselves with how great they can look on video. And I challenge you to give it a try.
Love it, Jon. Thank you for all that. And again, I'd reiterate, I'm just so bullish on content within this industry and beyond. And there's no better way to create great content than to creating beautiful, impactful videos. Jon, where can people learn more about WinWin, and where can they get in touch with you?
Well, thanks, Cole. So check out winwinvideos.com for samples, or email me at jon.nigbor@winwinvideos.com, or hey, just give me a call on myself, 503-720-6431, or our main office is 800-272-7222.
Fantastic. I'll be sure to include all those links and phone numbers in the show notes. So if you're listening, want to reach out to Jon, feel free to give it a look there, and one click is all it takes. But Jon Nigbor, thank you so much for joining us here on the Collision Vision, talking all things video, content, marketing with us. Really impactful. Thank you.
Thank you, Cole.
Thank you to Jon Nigbor for a great conversation about using video in your business. There's so much you can do with video. As I've said, I'm very bullish on the content space within collision repair. Before we part ways, I wanted to reiterate Jon's 3 key takeaways. And those were: number 1, don't use a script. Answer some questions, tell some stories, and keep it professional but natural. Let them get to know you and your business. Number two, like anything, the more time and the more money you invest, the better the result. If you want to dabble and start with content, go ahead and start recording on an iPhone. If you want to start with world class media from the get go, invest. Either way, my recommendation, start producing content ASAP. Number three, when it comes to content, it's all about value, not necessarily the dollar amount you're investing. In Jon's case, he and WinWin recommend on one visit a complete set of 4 videos. That's going to help you maximize content per investment. In their case, we're talking customer testimonials, a recruiting video, an overview of your business, and a video featuring your nonprofit or community involvement. I think those are all great ideas that you can either use WinWin for or somebody like it, or you can do yourself. Either way, again, start producing content. That's all for today's show. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give the Collision Vision a like, leave a positive review, and share it with your network wherever you get your podcasts, and also via YouTube, where the Collision Vision now lives in video form. As always, on behalf of Auto Body News and myself, thank you for coming along for the ride.